Right now, we're learning the number of National Guard troops in Washington, D.C. will likely double over the next few days. You can see them right there. Big question is why. Well, Louisiana will join at least 3 other Republican-led states by sending troops to the nation's capital after President Trump declared a crime emergency. So let's go live to CBS News Justice correspondent Scott MacFarlane, joining us now live from Union Station in Washington. Scott, thousands of tourists are getting off of those trains, and they are seeing a much different picture with those National Guard's troops on the ground there. Paint a picture for our viewers about how it's different today than it was a year ago at this time.
This is absolutely an unfamiliar sight to have military vehicles and military troops in a U.S. community watching U.S. citizens on U.S. soil. The mayor of Washington, D.C. has called this dynamic un-American, but it is noteworthy that it's right outside of Washington's main transit hub. That's Union Station behind me, the area where the above-ground trains run into and the below-ground trains run into as a junction. You see behind me one of the 5 National Guard military vehicles outside of Washington's Union Station, and you see each one of them surrounded by any number of troops. And they're not carrying firearms, but you can see they're actually showing that they have zip ties, because part of their mission, according to the National Guard, is to help support local police, but not conduct arrests and not carry firearms. That's the state of affairs here, at least for now. But a White House spokesperson tells CBS News that's subject to change in the coming days.
Well, and Scott, we have other matters to ask you about, but I just got to ask you, as you've been standing there and talking to people who are getting off of those trains, what's their reaction from this show of force?
Well, you're walking out of a train station, immediately you see the U.S. Capitol, statues, including one for Christopher Columbus, major landmarks all around. Perhaps not staggering to see these big hulking military vehicles, because you're kind of surrounded by big statuesque things in all directions in this spot anyhow. The bigger question is, if they start deploying these vehicles or these troops into communities, into neighborhoods, near parks, near schools, near shops, near homes, does it have a different visual impact on people here? And is it going to be seen as more controversial and more provocative? It's already controversial enough. You have the mayor here saying we don't need troops, so we need more law enforcement in this community. That'll make people safer. Not everybody finds this well received, but we also don't hear any heckling or booing or antagonism toward the troops from people in this area.
Well, and Scott, while we talk about the changing landscape there visually behind you, we also know there's a changing landscape at the FBI, and you have some reporting on that.
There is a new co-deputy director of the FBI. He's the Attorney General from Missouri, Andrew Bailey. His post was announced yesterday to great acclaim from the Attorney General and the FBI director, but that does make 2 FBI co-directors. Not common to have 2 people in the same position. The other one is the well-known conservative talk radio and podcast host and Trump ally Dan Bongino. And there's been some sense of frustration inside the upper echelons of the FBI about how the matter of Jeffrey Epstein and the release of any Jeffrey Epstein files has gone. This change of personnel, or this addition of personnel at the top of the FBI, is raising questions about if somebody's going to be moving out sometime soon.
All right, Scott MacFarlane, always great to talk to you. We know you're a tall guy, and having you out there next to that big National Guard vehicle shows us just how big their vehicles are as well. Scott MacFarlane, always a pleasure to talk to you, my friend.